Sunrise Daily, we're coming to you live from Kaduna, where the second edition of the Kaduna Investment Summit is scheduled to hold. So we're in the thick of things, and so don't be surprised if you hear the ambience just coming through mics as we speak this morning. But as you may have seen in the welcoming slide, we're joined this morning by Muhammad Sani Abdullahi, who is the Commissioner for Budget and Planning in Kaduna. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you.
Well, yes, you had the first one, and this is the second, but why was there a need for this second one?
Well, last year we invited the world to come and see a Kaduna that was open for business. Exactly a year ago, the governor launched a state vision, a 5-year state development strategy that was meant to open up the economy of Kaduna State and grow, provide the jobs and social welfare for our people. We are inviting people back so that they can see over the last 1 year what has happened in terms of investments, what has happened in terms of the jobs. We want people to know that this event is not just a talk show, that there are solid investments that come out from having the investment summit. We have in our lineup today businessmen that have taken the stride to invest based on our call last year. And we have them on a panel to tell people about their experience so far in investing in Kaduna in the various sectors that we outlined last year. We also have our development partners from the UN to the UK DFID to the US government, who also have partnered with us on various projects around education, healthcare, provision of water, infrastructure. These are all the things that we're calling people today to appreciate again, and then we're calling them again to restate the message that this is the state to invest in, this is the part of the country that is growing at rates that hadn't been seen in this state before. This is the state that has a focused, dynamic, visionary government that is committed politically to delivering gains to its people. That is why we're having this investment again today.
So how would you say the response has been since you did the edition last year? You're doing CAD Invest 2.0, or the 2.0 now, for this year. How has that progressed from where you started to where you are now? Let's say, for instance, when you have investments in the areas of agriculture?
Well, it's been really overwhelming. I think we've been very happy with the response that investors have given us in terms of Kaduna. Currently in our pipeline, we have over $1 billion of projects that we're vetting and going through the process. A lot of these are around agriculture, but we have solid minerals, we have manufacturing, we have tourism. A lot of these projects, some of them have been consummated. We've signed agreements. Some of them we'll be unveiling today. We have over $300 million that we've locked up, dollars that we've locked up between last year and this year. These are solid things on the ground. And what we're doing today is not just to sit in the hall, but also to cut the event short right at the middle and go out with people so that they can see these things physically, that these things exist. We are visiting today the Olam Poultry Farm, which is $150 million. We're going around to some of the healthcare, the solar healthcare projects that we've done together with David, over 1.2 billion naira by development partners. We're going to our ICT hub, which is a partnership with international partners, Draper Dark Flow, that is going to provide over 1,000 jobs to our young people. We're going to the call center in Kaduna State, which is supposed to be run as an outsourced center to provide the sort of outsourcing that India does to the UK or the US. This is how we're positioning Kaduna State, and that's why, for example, today what we're doing is to put the first day on a lot of evidence. We want people to see and feel and touch what we've gone through over the past 1 year, and then we call on them again to invest in the state over the next year.
So what sort of investment are you looking for precisely?
So we have outlined over 8 sectors, ranging from agriculture to manufacturing to solid minerals to tourism. Now, in each of these sectors, what we've done is that we've come out with detailed policy documents around how the state government, what we are bringing to the table. This is the first state in Nigeria that is able to provide not only a broad state vision of a 5-year plan, but also a detailed vision sector by sector in every single sector in our state. So as an investor, if you pick it up, you know the direction of the state over the next 3 to 5 years. You know where we're going to put our own public resources at, and you know where we want to crowd in the private sector. We know clearly that we have gaps in terms of our resources, and that is why we're calling the private sector to come and jointly invest with us. We're not saying come and put your money wholesale. We are willing to put in our own contribution, whether it be in terms of the regulatory environment or land or security or a number of other issues that we are willing to partner with you on. Depends on a case-by-case basis.
And the 8 sectors are?
The 8 sectors, as I mentioned, starts off with agriculture, goes into mining, solid minerals, tourism, manufacturing, transportation, and services sector, education, healthcare, logistics. So these are some of the areas that we are looking at, and we have bankable investments that are ready to go in each of these sectors. What we've invited today in a very targeted way are huge players that are playing in these sectors, and we're calling them to look at our pitch and to assess it for themselves and then sit down and let's do business.
So it's about tourism.
Yeah.
What's going on in tourism? Because I know you know that when you hear tourism in Kaduna, people immediately think, okay, how do I proceed in light of what they may have heard about security?
Well, I think that there are people that we have here today, for example, that are investing in the tourism sector in Kaduna State. We've launched a tourism website, Travel Through Kaduna, it's called, which has had very, very rave reviews internationally and locally, with people wanting to come to Kaduna. If you come to Kaduna, what you get is not only the artificial feel of a holiday destination, but we give you the true experience of a state that is developing, a state that's on the way up. So for example, if you look at ranching, polo, we have one of the biggest polo resorts in Africa, Fifth Chaka, just a few kilometers outside of Kaduna. Fantastic, top-notch quality. If you go down to southern Kaduna, we have one of the most interesting landmarks in the country, which is a castle that was built in the 80s, and it's become a tourist attraction now, bringing in tons of guests every single weekend. We have the Matsarga Falls.
Every single weekend?
Every single weekend. Every single weekend. So if you look at these things, and besides the hotels, if you go around Kaduna now, if you haven't booked a hotel 2 days in advance, you are not likely to get one because the city is full. Businesses are booming. There is a lot of tourist attraction, and we're not just offering you the big New York type of feel, but it's for you to go local, visit the pottery, visit the local businesses that are here, and see really what natural society looks like that is on its way up.